Hello Weekday Wanderers, welcome to Paris. We're in the 8th arrondissement today at Madeleine. We have Madeleine behind us. It's an overcast, windy day today here in Paris. I'm trying something very new today by request of one of our viewers. I am trialling this video in 16:9 format. And so far it's not going particularly well for me, but I'm going to persevere and we'll see how we go, and I'd appreciate some feedback from that. Okay, so we're at the north end of Madeleine in the 8th arrondissement. Jen Cardiff is online. Hi Jen, how are you, sweetheart? We have two other people online. Say hi if you can get your keyboard. Right, so I'm going to flip the camera around. I find it very strange doing it from this angle, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Let me see if I can put this around. Okay, so we're looking now northwards on Rue Tronchet. Okay, and you can possibly see a gold dome. It's really difficult to see here. I can see it, maybe you can't. But it's actually Printemps, which is a department store. It's the rival to the Galeries Lafayette, and it's just down the road from there. So, if you can imagine, Galeries Lafayette is behind us and to the right of it. Bonjour Margaret, how are you today? Thank you for joining me, lovely to see you. So this is the north end of Madeleine. Okay, Madeleine is a church that was built under Napoleon I in his reign, but it didn't actually get finished until after he was ousted and died, I believe, yes. So, so while it was built to the glory of Napoleon, Terry's here. Hi Terry. Jen says the video is made, it's quite small, but can still see okay though. Okay, well that's good feedback. Thank you for that, Jen. Okay, so this church was built as a monument for Napoleon's soldiers, as he liked to do stuff for his soldiers because he loved them so much. But of course, once he was gone, then it had to be repurposed. And it was made into the church dedicated to Mary Magdalene. I believe it's one of the only churches in the world dedicated to Mary Magdalene, which is pretty special. And it was built in the style of the Maison Carrée, which is a monument in Nîmes in the south of France, which was built by during the Roman conquest. So it's it's a Roman style. Now, the reason I'm showing you from this side is because the whole facade, the main facade, which is on the south, is totally covered up and being refurbished. So I needed to show you this side to give you a sense of what it looks like. But I thought, well, there's some things I could show you along here as we go. Okay, so we're going to head down this way. So we're on the Place de la Madeleine in the 8th arrondissement. Nearly got run over by a car, so I need to be very careful here. Okay, I'm going to cross over now. Traffic is crazy here, so have to be really careful. Okay, so Place de la Madeleine in the 8th arrondissement. So this is a very swanky area. Bonjour, Jody. Thanks for joining us. Over here we have some very imperialist tidbits, I would call them. Maison de la Truffe. So they sell things infused with truffles, and it's super expensive. Went in one day and nearly died at the price. Mariage Frère, which is the famous tea house, label that there's lots and lots of them in Paris and other places in the world, but they sell the most amazing tea. Lots and lots of like literally hundreds of different types of tea, and we're not talking infusions or fruit thingies. They're actual tea. Okay, this is Caspia. It's a caviar restaurant, so they sell caviar, champagne, and vodka. And if you look at some of the prices here, there you go, 30 grams, €87. Okay, and that's by no means the cheapest or dearest. Okay, so lots of caviar if you like caviar. Royal Caber's next door. Really delicious seafood, not outrageously expensive. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I saw that. I walked past that, but it was shut, so that's right. So thanks for that, Terry. So yes, Sally Davies says, excellent tea. Yes, it is. Yes, I do have some of it myself. Okay, I'm finding this format is really difficult to read all the feedback. So bear with me, please, if I miss your questions. It's because I can't read them on the screen when it's in this format. Let's see what else. Yeah, so it's overcast today. Bonjour Thomas Lucan. How are you? Lovely to see you. So I think Thomas Lucan might remember the day that we came and we investigated all these little shops and saw how expensive they were. So this is another caviar place. It's called the Café Prunier. So yeah, lots of very stylish places down here. This is Ecluse. It's a wine bar. It's very nice, but with a rubbish bin in the doorway, so it doesn't look so beautiful. Okay, we come to Fauchon now. Fauchon is a pâtissier extraordinaire, maison de thé, salon de thé. So this is their tea and infusion shop. But this is pretty cool. This is the cafe that they have, Grand Café Fauchon Paris. So they do lots of very flash things. And they have a nice little terrace out the front. Lovely, that area, says Judy. Yes, it is, Judy, I agree. Some people are lucky to live in this area. In fact, we have a friend who's online right now who lives just down the road. Not naming any names. Okay, so I'm going to try to cross the road here. Or maybe not. No, I won't. Okay, so this is Boulevard Malesherbes. We're going to cross over here because the light's green. Okay, so we're walking to the southern end of Place de la Madeleine. So over here we have the rest of the Madeleine. Madeleine is huge. Great big huge church. Very beautiful. Inside it's gorgeous. Some of you may recall this time last year I went to a chamber music concert there. This is a road that I need to be careful of. Yeah, so I went to a chamber music concert in here and it was absolutely amazing. Okay, oh, I failed to mention over this side here we have a Tesla boutique, if you like. So if you want to buy a Tesla, you can pop in there and have a look. The whiskey shop, very nice. Lots of little upmarket stores around here. Yes, this is called a chantier. That's when they're doing lots and lots of works and everything looks horrible. Chantier, interdit au public. Okay. So, if Madeleine had not been under refurbishment, I would have been able to show you its beautiful frontage. But unfortunately that's all you can see, which is a bit sad really. Okay, so if you can remember when I was at Concorde a few weeks ago, before the 30 juillet, we were down here. We're going to head down here soon. But if you can see, sorry, it's my finger there. Okay, so we have Concorde there. And we have behind it, we have the Assemblée Nationale. So these two buildings, so Madeleine behind me was built in, like I said, the beginning of Napoleon's reign, and the Assemblée Nationale was refurbished in the same style, so they mirror each other. So that's pretty special. So that's that was done to create a beautiful line of sight, if you could imagine, under normal circumstances. And of course, just behind that to the right, you can see Napoleon's tomb there. Okay. All right. Okay, so just a little bit of geography here. If we were to come up here, this is heading towards Opera. And in this general direction here, it would be towards Place Vendôme. So, as you know from Place Vendôme, our visit there the other day, It's a very upmarket area, lots of flash things. Okay, and this area is very similar. Okay, we've just got a lot of traffic here, and I got a bus in the way. But I wanted to point out the I don't know if you can see it. I always wondered why there would be a mustard shop on this intersection. Well, apparently, Monsieur Mail, he was the official vinegar maker for Louis XV. His father was also a vinegar maker, and he actually created vinegar which was used as a cure for the plague, which I thought was quite funny. And so Antoine Mail, he became the official vinegar maker and mustard maker for Louis XV, and they set up pride of place. Well, he had another shop over in the 6th arrondissement, but then he opened up this one here. So the rue that we're on now is called the Rue Royale, obviously because it's royal and everything here is to do with the kings. In fact, a little other tidbit of information. Oh, and Papa Well's on. Hi Anne, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you got here. In terms of Rue Royale, we're going towards the Place de la Concorde, which was set up in honour of Louis XV as well. And the Madeleine behind us, or I should note, of course, the Concorde, Place de la Concorde, is actually where Louis XVI lost his head, and Marie Antoinette as well. And of course, Madeleine has been a church there for quite a while, not in its present form, but it's been a church for a while. And there was a cemetery behind it, which is where the bodies of the royal family or the royal couple were put in mass graves after their executions. Now, that cemetery is still there, and there was a chapel set up called the Chapel Expiatoire, which I went to a few weeks ago. I can't remember if I posted the photos on here, but I'll check it out later and see and let you know. And you can see where that was set up. So we're on Rue Royale, and here we have Le Village Royal. So again, it's got lots of very flash designer stores. Oh, that's at Chanel also. Okay, so we've got like Dior, Chanel, Baby Dior, a few other names which I have no idea about because I don't usually shop in places like this. So here we've got some Dior here. Okay, and at various times they have gimmicky things set up here to make it, inviting, pleasant. One year they had umbrellas up here, beautiful coloured umbrellas, which was cool. Village Royale I once found, and then it took me years to find it again. It's very nondescript, isn't it? It's like you could easily walk past it, especially if you focused on Madeleine that way or Place de la Concorde that way. This kind of is a bit underrated in a way, depending on what they've got on display there. So yeah, so here we got Chanel. Of course, there's lots of Chanel here, and of course Chanel's main place where she worked is, if you can get to it, down this street here. Here's a Gucci. This is a nice place, Villeroy-Bush. So they do kitchenware, nice stuff. I think we have some of that at home. Okay, another Gucci, Miu Miu. So we're coming up to the Rue du Faubourg Saint-Honoré. So I'm very sorry if this is a jumpy video. It's, like I said, this shooting in this new format is kind of strange for me. Terry says, Village Royale is a shortcut to the next street. There is a cafe in there. Yes. No, there's a cafe in there, yes. And there's a few other bits and pieces of interest. But it looked like everything was still opening up. It's still relatively early. I can see L'Oréal is on that corner there. Okay. So these buildings here are very old. They were built in the 1770s, 1750s to 1770s. Alright, some of these things are, look, if you're rich and you have little kids, you can come here. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, lots of flash places here. Saint Louis. Saint Louis is crystal makers, very nice crystal makers. Emilio jeweler. We have Dome Crystal over there as well. Saint Honoré is the patron saint of pastry chefs. Yes, I know. So, I mean, you would have seen Sally. I was there the other day. I went to Dayu. Okay, here's La Lique Crystal. Yeah. It's very pretty inside. Right, so some crystal. This is a Galerie Royale. So it's very pretty, isn't it? Who wants me to go have a look in here? Galerie Royale. I've not been in here before, so we might as well come in. What do we have here? Ah, the Buddha bars in here. I heard about that. There's more crystal. Yeah. So that's quite pretty. A bit smaller than I expected, but that's cool. Okay, do you want me to go further? Because I can't really see anything else. I think they're just like, so this is La Lique, but that was the shop that we saw from the outside. And that's Christophe, which do silverware and crystal. The Buddha bar is nice. You've been there, Sally? Oh, imagine living up here. Okay. Right, I can't see what the time is. I should be closing my video up. So I'm going to head to my final destination. That's kind of cool. Look at that. I love the symmetry. It reminds me of a Wes Anderson movie. Wow. Been to the Buddha bar a few times. Well, I need to put that on my list of things to do. Okay, so the reason we're back here in Madeleine Concorde area is because I have been trying to get tickets to the Hôtel de la Marine, which I finally managed to do today. Unfortunately, I could only get tickets for like in an hour's time, so I'm going to have to sort of mooch around for a little bit to keep myself occupied while I'm waiting for that. But I thought, well, we're here, so I'll show you a video of the area. So Hôtel de la Marine is just across the road here. There's one of the entryways there. So the Hôtel de la Marine, it was the Gare de Meubles when it was built in okay, I'm just going to stop because Judy just mentioned Maxime's, and we're literally right next to Maxime's now. Unfortunately, it's not open, okay, but Maxime's is a very famous restaurant from the Belle Epoque era. If you've watched Midnight in Paris, they came here at one point in it. So very famous during that era, you know, with the Moulin Rouge, which is obviously not here, but it's another part of Paris. But that sort of era, cabarets and the music and the colour and the artwork and Toulouse-Lautrec, think of all that. So that's where Maxime's is. And in fact, if you want to take a souvenir of Paris back with you to wherever you come from when you've come to visit, I always suggest you take something from Maxime's, because you can actually find it anywhere. It's like most supermarkets actually stock it. It's really nice stuff. You can get like chocolates and wafers and champagnes and things like that, and little gift boxes. So I think that's a nice, very Parisian kind of souvenir to get, and they're not that expensive either. So yeah, back to the Hôtel de la Marine. So it was the Garde Meuble originally under Louis XV. I don't actually know what the Garde Meuble means, so I'm thinking it's a storehouse. Is that correct? So then when the royal family got taken from Versailles back to the Tuileries, it became the place of where the Navy was basically stationed, which is why it's called the Hôtel de la Marine, because this is where the Navy were. And that was like that right up until the occupation of Paris during World War II, and then the German Navy stationed themselves there, and then after that the French Navy came back here. So that's why it's called the Hôtel de la Marine. Okay, so where are we now? Over here we have the Eiffel Tower, we have the Dôme des Invalides, we have Concorde, we have the Assemblée Nationale. Just over here where all those green trees are, that's the American Embassy, which I was told off for taking photos outside of. This is the Hôtel du Crillon, and the International Federation of Automobiles is also here. Okay, so that's where those places are. They look pretty quiet at the moment, so not a lot going on. Usually they have very expensive cars parked out here where their voituriers are, over here. Was it the building where they kept unneeded furniture? Terry, that's exactly what I thought it was, but I thought surely not. That's exactly what I thought, but I mean, really? Would you use this absolutely gorgeous building as a spare space for your furniture? I don't know. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's why I'm confused. Having tea in Le Crillon is super. I will keep that in mind, Judy. Okay, so we're going to go over the road here. I'm going to finish up very soon, but I just want to take you into the Hôtel de la Marine and just show you what I'm going to be seeing very shortly. So this looks a little bit different than it did last time I brought you here, because we had big stage seating set up, ready for the 30juillet and for the end of the Tour de France. Okay, so there's a lovely little cafe restaurant. Good morning, Deborah Pat. How are you? This is a restaurant that's at the Hôtel de la Marine, the terraced region, which is lovely. So this is Metro Concorde. So we've just walked one metro station. We were up by Madeleine and now we're at Concorde. So Hôtel de la Marine. And of course over here we have the Tuileries. And this museum here is the Musée de Jus de Pomme, which is like a modern art photography multimedia museum. Over in the distance there you can see the top of the Tour Montparnasse, and you can also see the roof of the Orangerie Museum, which is again a mirror. They like mirroring things here, which I like too. It's a mirror of the Jus de Pomme. Jus de Pomme. Okay, so we're at Place de la Concorde, and we're entering here. See, isn't that lovely? terrace with a nice view. The restaurant is gorgeous in here. You wish you were there now, Deborah. Oh, isn't that lovely? Okay. So, this is the courtyard. It's in a terrace of the Hôtel de la Marine. And this is where I'm going to be coming for a beautiful visit later, very soon. So, I like things in twos, yes. So do I. Okay, so I'm going to leave you there for now. Thank you very much for joining me. I really don't like this camera orientation. It's very, very tricky for me. Okay, what's the name of that restaurant? Missed it. The restaurant that we just at? Well, it's the, I'm not sure of the actual name of the restaurant, but here we go. It's Café La Pérouse. I'm not sure if that's the name of the whole thing, but basically this is at the Hôtel de la Marine. So Judy says it works for us. So are you saying, Judy, that it's better for you? Because for me it's very, very inconvenient. But anyway, I'll review it and we'll see how we go, and we might try it again next time too. So thank you very much for joining me. I will share my photos from the Hôtel de la Marine once I've been there, and I post about everything later. Thank you for the wander today, says Sally. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for everybody else who's there. Better because it's horizontal. Okay then. Alright. Well, there seems to be two. Yeah, two feedback. So yeah, I'd love to hear the rest of your ideas on that. Okay, so thanks again, and we shall see you next time. Take care. Bye.